Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Your home for the County of Champions.
Has a throw to first, and that's your ball game. Union has won its first ever WPIAL championship.
There it is. Champions, Neshannock Lancers.
Strike three. The Union Scotties, golden once again.
One gold not enough. How about 2 district gold and 2 state gold for the Lady Lancers?
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
9 seconds. Anderson into the corner. It's poised for 3. Good! Take time for 10.
Look at throw again. Directing traffic. Going for the quarterback in the end zone. Touchdown!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Coming to you live from Neshannock High School. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP. It's a county matchup in the season finale with a section title on the line as the Neshannock Lancers host the Mohawk Warriors. Tonight's broadcast at lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network is brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, by Castle Asphalt, by Luxembourg Garment, Kelly and George, by The Red Zone, by Madura Bonner Law, by Pontius Insurance, by the Crane Room Grill, by Penn Ohio Bottled Water, by Health in Motion Physical Therapy, by Works in Progress Paint Services, by the Tri-County Principals Association, by Lawrence County Child and Youth Services, by Something for Your Wall Photography, and by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. 19-1 Mohawk Warriors, number 1 ranked team in Class 3A. They're 10-1 in section play, taking on Neshannock at 14-5 in overall play, 9-2 in the section. Tim, Mohawk has clinched a share of the section crown. They haven't had that since 2009, but tonight they can get it outright, and with that, likely the number 1 seed in the 3A tournament when the brackets come out on Monday.
Yeah, big opportunity to do something they have never done. A big opportunity to try to finish strong. Obviously, the game tonight against Neshannock means everything to them. When you're 19-1 on the season, 10-1 in section play, you just want to finish this in a road in a hostile environment. So it's going to be a challenge here for Mohawk.
It will be, and it's a packed house, a sold-out Neshannock High School. We'll talk about all the details on that on our LGKG pregame show. That's when we return. You're watching Lawrence County Basketball. It's the stretch run on the Trib Live High School Sports Network here at lcsportsnet.com.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAT Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
For 20 years, Maley Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Maley Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary, from the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
Yeah, let's take a look at those standings here right now with the standings as they are. Again, Tim, as you go through them real quick, Mohawk has clinched at least a share. They've already cut down the nets. They've already cut down the nets at Mohawk, but it's an outright section title that is the big thing, and not to mention potentially locking up what we expect to be a #1 seed in the 3A tournament with a win tonight.
Well, you're looking at the Class 3A Section 1 standings. Mohawk on top at 10-1. They're 19-1 overall. Neshannock come in second place at 9-2, 14-5 overall. Beaver Falls 8-4, 10-9. Elwood City 6-5, 14-7. Riverside 5-6, 8-13. New Brighton 1-10, 3-15, and Freedom winless and 11 games in this section and 1-19 overall. But when you look at these top 4 teams here coming into this section, you got to really look at the overall quality of play that you're going to find from Mohawk, Neshannock, Beaver Falls, and Elwood City. And you look at the top 2 that we have tonight. We're talking about 2 schools that bring their best each and every opportunity here to show what they can do.
It is a packed house. We're squeezing them in the best we can. Looking at this team and when they played 3 weeks ago, Tim, a controlling game from Mohawk, especially in the second half. They controlled that game on a 67-49 victory, and it was fun in that first quarter watching the 2 sharpshooters go at it. Jay Rona for Mohawk and Jack Lees for Neshannock. I think they each had 4 threes in the first quarter alone in that game. In the end, it was Mohawk's hot shooting that stayed the course throughout the whole game, where Neshannock kind of cooled off. Here on a bit of a smaller gym, how does that play into effect in terms of getting those outside looks?
Well, it really is going to come down to, I think, how both teams, how the officiating will go in this game. Are they going to give them a little bit more leeway, or is they going to call it tight? Because what happened in that game earlier this year, we had Jack Glees get in some foul trouble early and was not able to be on the court as many minutes as they normally is. And that's going to play a big factor in tonight's game. Is how the officials really let these two schools play here at the end of this season. Are they going to call it tight and force, a different style of play? Or are they going to let them play a little bit but not get them out of hand?
And that will be the question down the stretch for sure. As you look at it too here, Tim, two experienced coaches. John Corey, his 15th season with Neshannock. Mike O'Leary, his 17th total. 15 with the girls, and then the last two here with the boys. And talk about a turnaround, what it's been. The year before they were here, a 3-20 record before Coach O'Leary took over. 7-14 the year before it took over. 16-6 last year, making it to the postseason. It's incredible what a turnaround this has been for the Warriors, and they're winning games. That's, I think, a big key of it. They're winning games. They're building the program from the bottom up, and they only got one senior on this roster.
Yeah, they do. It's really impressive what he has achieved in 2 seasons, and he has a lot of players to talk about. Obviously, freshman and Bobby Patton really added a lot of offense and a lot of style of play to go with the senior play that they do get. But you get the two Hoppers play, who've been chipping in a lot, and of course Jay Rona and what he brings to the table each and every time that he takes the court in any athletic event that he's involved. But Coach O'Leary, in his second season, he's 25-16, but tonight will be game number 399 of his career.
That's incredible.
Because 15 years running the girls program.
And taking him to the state championship game. And the year before that, maybe had an even better chance if the year had not been shut down due to COVID. And John Corey on the other side, his 356th game as the Lancers head coach. So no inexperience here tonight from either of these two teams. We're going to take one more time out during our pregame show. We'll get you ready for starting lineups and tip-off when we return here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity, it's really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Got to take a look real quick on our pregame show. Some new banners that have been hung up right across from us. The state championship for the girls basketball last year, Competitive Spirit back-to-back championships, and of course the cross-country championships back in the 60s and 70s, and throw in your PIAL championship from the hockey team these last 2 years. Banners being hung up. So we got to report, those aren't all the banners at this point. There's 2 more that still need to go up. They literally ran out of time today in anticipation of the packed house. But I was told the baseball and softball championship banners, Tim, will be up there on the wall for senior night coming up on Monday. But here tonight, feels like a senior night, feels like a playoff atmosphere because, well, it basically is. If Mohawk wins, they are going to be the #1 seed almost definitely. Neshannock, if they can pull it off, they would get a share of the section crown with Mohawk, and then these rankings are all over the place. Who knows what could end up happening.
Yeah, you look at the IIIF high school rankings, you got Mohawk.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
Your national anthem here from Neshannock High School. We're about ready for tip-off. Starting lineups coming your way next here at lcsportsnet.com. If you can't tell, Tim, it's a little bit loud here. It's a red out for Mohawk, the red and white in Neshannock, and the blackout. So it's only fitting that our starting lineups tonight brought to you by the Red Zone. Make sure you stop by the Red Zone just a few minutes up the road here in Neshannock Township for all your county sporting apparel needs. The freshman Bobby Fadden leads the team with just shy of 17 points per game. Joining him in the starting five will be Jay Rona. He's just 19 points shy of 1,000. He also averages 17 per game. The other three in the starting lineup, 5'11" junior Mason Hopper, as well as the senior Devin Sujak. And number 24, Keegan Hopper, as well. On the other side, for the Neshannock Lancers, the sophomore Matthew Sopko will get the start. Joining him in the starting five is another freshman, 6'1" freshman, Davey Quant. He's averaging 9 points per game as a freshman. Big number 0, Nate Rinn, the 6'2" senior, averaging 5.5 points per game as well. Joining him, Jack Gleese, the 5'10" senior. He's the leading scorer at 15 points per contest. And the other senior, Luciano DeLillo. 3 seniors in the starting lineup. DeLillo averaging 9 points per game, the 5'8 senior and 3-point specialist. So Fadden, Rona, Sujak, and the Hoppers, Mason and Keegan for Mohawk. And on the Neshannock side, Rin, DeLillo, Gleese, Quat, and Sopko for the Lancers.
You know it's a packed house. You know the energy's high. And it's going to be important for both these two teams to settle down quickly and get into what they've been doing all season long and really playing their style of basketball.
Your 3 officials tonight. Rick Latitis, Rick Conrad, and Ron Jackson, who was at our game last night, by the way, was Mr. Jackson from the Wilmington game. So glad to see them here. We're ready to rock and roll from a sold-out Neshannock High School. Feels like the good old days, and we're underway. Lance is in the white at home, and it's the freshmen going up to tip it up against each other, and Davey Quant out-tips Fadden for the first possession for the Lancers. DeLillo is going to get the high screen, tries to drive in, kicks it out. Quant may have gone away with a double dribble. Pass gets tangled up on the floor. Fadden's going to get the steal. Rin fighting for it, bounces around. It's going to somehow end up in the hands of Rona, and then stolen right back away. And a whistle and an early foul as DeLillo got tripped up going to the hoop. Can't say it's energetic, can you?
Not. Can you maybe say both head coaches may have stressed about getting your hands in passing zones and getting the defense started? As we've seen the ball turn over 3 different times on that one possession.
Keegan Hopper is the one who picked up that foul. Rin gets the inbounds pass, able to muscle through and get it back out. Good job of Quat to step to that pass, puts it off the window, no good. Oh, rebound, put back, no good. But he's going to go to the free throw line.
That DeLillo did a nice job there, following up his own shot, putting himself in position, getting it, and then drawing the foul. Going to the line, giving him opportunities here.
Yeah, how about the freshman Davey Quant steps right in. Son of a 2,000-point scorer, his father Dave Quant here at Neshannock. His first free throw off the mark, and you're going to get subs right away because that was Hopper's second foul. So 7:25 in the first quarter, and we have now a lane violation on the free throw, so neither free throw is good for Davey Quant. Dante Retort is in the game. He's coming off a career-high 19 points in their game on Tuesday night, and Fadden's going to get whistled for a foul, or draw a foul, I should say. It's going to go against Matthew Sopko. So 3 fouls in the first, 40 seconds of the game.
Yeah.
Inbounds pass tipped away. It'll go into the backcourt. Smart play by Fadden. Just let it go back there. And now the bubblegum shoes will bring it across the timeline. Early first quarter, crossover dribble. Mason Hopper, his pass down low is deflected out of bounds. And that's, they can say, last touch by Mohawk. So another turnover in the early going. The small court wrecking havoc early on.
I was just going to make that point. The small court, you can see the crowdedness in this, and they're really taking advantage of cutting off all the lanes.
Gleese goes right wing for DeLillo. Over to Quat, open left wing 3 ball, off the mark, no good. Rebound tapped around, a good tap to get it to Retort. He starts to break the other way, but good transition defense back. They find the trailer in Fadden, his 3-pointer off the mark, so the freshman can't get him to go. For the putback, Retort off the bench, the first bucket of the game.
Nice position by Retort, getting underneath the basket, getting up high for that rebound and following it through with 2.
Jack Gleese looking for an open man. And he's going to get it knocked away from him by Mason Hopper, almost into the backcourt. And now we have a whistle just too far on him, and Gleese is saying finally as Mason Hopper picks up his first, team's third. Can we even hear ourselves thinking here, Tim?
It is going to be, every move is going to get a reaction.
DeLillo for 3, bam. Gives Neshannock their first lead. We're at 6:15 remaining in quarter number 1. Rona, he looks to drive to the hoop. Nice left-handed shot, high off the glass and in.
And once you get Rona in the lanes, he's going to finish it most times.
Came in with 981 career points. Did the junior. He had 25 the first time they played. DeLillo tries to answer in the same style, but he was unable to do so. Fadden coming the other way. Nice pass down low on the no look. Can't get the bucket to go, but Dante Retort will go to the line as he's fouled by Rind.
It was a nice find there, and Retort underneath the basket on the left-hand side. Took that nice pass, went up strong, got fouled. Now we'll have an opportunity at the line for 2.
Dante Retort, who averages just 4 points a game, makes the first to give him 3. 5:50 remaining in the first quarter. 5 straight points on the board from the Road Warriors. Makes them both. So Retort had to come off the bench early with the fouls, Tim, to Keegan Hopper, and he's already over his season average.
Yeah, taking advantage of opportunities. You got to do that in this type of game.
Nice backdoor cut, knocked away from Sopko, out of bounds, so possession will stay with Neshannock. We're down to 5:39 remaining here in quarter number 1. Sopko looking to inbound, able to get it to Gleason in the corner. He splits a pair of Mohawk defenders, can't get the shot off the window to go. Roder the other way, he's pickpocketing. I believe Plott was the one who got the hand on it first. Good jump stop in the lane, up and in for the first points for Jack Glease.
That Glease made a nice move there. Just a nice steal.
And then he gets the steal right back. Back-to-back buckets for Jack Glease, makes it 7-6 Neshannock.
Keeping his head up, looking at the lanes, got in there and got his hands there for the 2-pointer.
So back-to-back steals leading the points for Neshannock. Sujak, the 3-point specialist, the only senior on the Mohawk roster, but that one goes in and out, no good, and Glease gets the rebound. Jack Glease, the only player on this Neshannock team who averages double figures. Those back-to-back buckets, now the point guard will bring it across the timeline with 4:45 remaining in the first. DeLillo hesitates, looks to back his way in, now to Glease. He'll take one from NBA range. How about 7 straight for Glease?
That's what Neshannock needs. They need a hot Jack Glease here tonight.
Ball almost out of bounds right in front of the Neshannock student section. Didn't go out the first time, but the Sea of Black. Emphatic as the ball is dribbled on the end line for a turnover. 5 turnovers in the first 3.5 minutes, Tim.
It's going to be a defensive game. The team that makes the most stops is going to have the most opportunities on the offensive side. It really is imperative every time you get an extra possession to take advantage of it.
Anthony Bonner in for the first time for Neshannock. J.J. Nail in on the court for Mohawk. Baseline drive from DeLillo. Goes on the bounce pass across the lane. Nice move from Nate Wren for a bucket.
Yeah, Wren made a nice spin move there. Right on the baseline, face the basket, and put it in.
Don't look now. It's a 10-0 Neshannock run. Midway through the first, we're going to get a hand check called against Davey Plott. That'll be his first. 3 team fouls apiece. Jay Rona will inbound in front of the Lancer bench. Gets him into Fadden in the corner, and he's just run out of room. They're going to throw it off the defender and right into the cheerleaders. Kick saving a beauty from the competitive state championship cheerleading squad over there.
Nice
whistle, a foul on the inbound.
Yeah. They were double teaming him. Then Fadden. And they were all over him when he was making the inbound catch.
So they call that on Bonner. So 4 fouls on 4 different Lancers in the early going. Sujak over to Retort. They'll back it back up midway through this first quarter. Nice shot to the hoop, but tried to go with the right hand, couldn't do so, and then committed a foul on the rebound.
Yeah, a little too aggressive there. He knew he missed the shot, that he had a lane to the rim, and he came back. He just a little too aggressive, made the foul.
.340 remaining in the first. Neshannock currently on a 10-0 run. Looking for a share of the section crown with a win tonight. Glease goes around 1, goes around 2, goes around 3. He's got 9 points in this opening quarter.
Jack Glease showing what he can do. He's found some creases in the defense and is taking full advantage in the lane.
Coach O'Leary trying to call the play from the sideline. You can't even hear him. They get it over into the corner. That's Rona. Back up to Fadden. He tries to drive in, kicks it back out. A lot of contact. No whistle. No advantage on the play. Fadden's going to get hit in the head by Davey Quan. That'll be his second with 2:58 remaining in the first.
Yeah, you can't deny that one. Quan got just caught in between and got his hands up high.
Yeah, and especially when you see it up high, you got to call that one. That was the 15th foul, by the way, against Neshannock as well. Fadden with the ball in the backcourt. As Blunt went to the bench, Sopko back on the court. Gleese nearly gets a steal, but Nail able to snag it back. Justin Boston in for the first time for Mohawk. Hands it back off to Fadden. Fadden gets to the foul line, pumps. Well defensed there by Bonner. Driving in, we're going to have a whistle on an offensive foul. They're going to say that Rona extended the arm on the way to the hoop.
It's a good call there. What he did is he cleared out with his elbow coming around the player, causing that room, and that's what he got charged with there on the charge for Rona.
Theodore Bonner Law change in possession as a result. Ball knocked out of bounds. Possession stays with Neshannock. Make sure you protect your possessions with flexible appointment hours. Medora Bonner Law, they have a team of experienced lawyers and staff members, always ready to serve you. Down to 2:25 remaining in the first quarter. Lancers currently on a 12-0 run. It's been 3.5 minutes since Mohawk has put the ball in the hoop. They have a whistle and it traveled there, took an extra step. Tried the Euro, but took the extra one, did Sopko.
What happened is just got out of sync, and when he needed that extra step to get back into the lane going towards the hoop, and both officials were watching it, and there was no way to get away with that one.
The Rowdy Warriors and the Lancer Lunatics, they're having fun. We're having fun. 14-6 with 2:10 remaining here in a battle for the section championship. Sujak to the foul line, kicks it back out, and now Boston will look to find some room. He gets the opening. They're spreading the court.
Nice move
and
to his left.
What a
right
basket.
Down the lane.
What a basket from Boston off the bench. Going the other way, Jack Lee says, hey, I can do it too.
Lease a double figure.
Already 11 for Jack Lease. Now doubling up is Neshannock. Boston with another attempt. This one off the mark. .130 remaining in quarter number one. Gleese over to DeLillo. 15-foot jumper on the way, short, no good, flying in for the rebound, and they're going to get a pushing foul against Rind, and that'll be his second, so we're getting foul trouble situations already. Keegan Hopper's got 2 for Mohawk in the first 35 seconds. Now Rind and Quat each with 2 for Neshannock.
Yeah, that's a foul that you don't want to commit if you're Rand. It's one of those things where you're just in the wrong place, turn around and hit him in the back. It's unfortunate, but it was a committed foul.
And he goes to the bench. First time we'll see the junior Jackson Mazzocco on the court. Nice head fake on the drive to the hoop from Fadden, but can't get it to go. And the ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. Before the foul, Bonner was touching the end line as he touched the basketball, so it'll stay with Mohawk.
Yeah, he knocked it out of bounds. It's definitely Mohawk's throwing. See what Mohawk can take advantage of it here, trailing 16-8.
It'll be Rona to inbound.
What's interesting is they've been able to keep Fadden off the scoreboard here for most of this quarter.
Yeah, he had 17 the first time these two teams played. Freshman maybe forces this one, doesn't matter.
Bank's open. He found a way, kind of Larry Bird it, said I'm going to go to that turnaround jumper on you and off the glass.
Freshman and leading scorer Bobby Fadden. That's one of the more acrobatic plays that you'll ever see. And that's a freshman making that shot there, Tim.
That's impressive.
Rona almost got a steal. Sopko now has to hand it back off to Gleese. Gets the steal from Sopko. Tries to spin away from the defensive Mason Hopper. Down to 30 seconds remaining. Now Gleese finds the opening, kicks it to the corner. DeLillo's 3 on the way is too strong, no good. Fadden leading the break the other way. Good bounce pass across the lane. Sujak with the layup.
Great vision by the 2 leaders there for Mohawk.
After a 12-0 run for Neshannock, it's a 6-0 run right back for Mohawk.
5 seconds.
Gleese will pull up from the volleyball line. I don't know how it didn't go in. Sopko at the buzzer, in and out as well. Excitement here at Neshannock. A fun, fast first quarter. 16-12, Neshannock leads Mohawk. Back in a moment here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapies. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Nuvie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving.
We thank Health in Motion Physical Therapy for all they do for us. We thank all of our proud sponsors here at lcsportsnet.com. Both our teams are about to get into the Health in Motion bonus. 16 fouls against Neshannock, 5 against Mohawk in the first quarter.
It's going to be interesting to see how this all develops here in the second quarter. With 11 team fouls committed between both schools coming into this quarter, it's going to slow down quite a bit once you get into the bonus situation.
Pass into the corner, now skip right back across, and Rona basically stole it away from Fadden.
Deep three.
Off the mark for Fadden. He was left alone. He's got that range, Tim, but that one just didn't go.
Yeah, Rona seen it, and he just had an open shot. He says, I'm going to take it, and just missed it offline.
Jack Lease with 11 points in that first quarter. He had 16 the first time these two teams played, but battled foul trouble. He's coming out with a purpose here to start tonight. Drives right into the hoop, kicks it to Quat, playing with 2 fouls out there. His three-pointer is off the mark. Fadden will get the rebound. He stops, looks for the trailer. Left alone, Hopper faked the pass. His three-pointer off the mark. Go flying into the cheerleaders. Good save by Fadden, but it goes right to Gleese. As the Neshannock goes right down the lane, up and in for Jack Gleese, now with 13.
Jack Gleese seen that lane perfectly and went right to it.
Less than a minute into the second quarter. Neshannock extending the lead back up to 6. Hopper calling out the plays. Not sure you can even hear him out there. Hopper left alone. Completely forgot about him, but he can't get the 6-footer to go. Gleese coming the other way. He's going to go 1-on-3, goes through everybody, and that's going to be an offensive foul the whole way. And then a Medora-Bonner Law change in possession.
He really did. He dipped the shoulder, went right into him, and then made the pass. Easy call.
That'll also put Mohawk in the bonus the rest of the way. No free throws here with the player control foul.
But this will slow down this quarter quite a bit. We, I think, literally played the entire 8 minutes with hardly any stops in the first quarter.
And there's going to be, I think, a moving screen off the ball. No, they're going to get a foul against Neshannock, so this will be free throws coming.
Yeah. And bonus free throws are brought to you by Health in Motion Physical Therapy. There's no need for referrals to visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy. Come in for a 15-minute consultation. Save the unnecessary trips to the doctor's office. Don't wait months to start to feel better. Give them a call at 724-856-3683, and they'll get you in the office within 48 hours.
So 1-and-1 free throws. Rona splashes home the first, so he will get the bonus. The other games going on tonight, Shenango and against Aliquippa at home on Lawrence County SportsNet. Triple Five High School Sports Network's doing the Elwood City game at Riverside. We'll try to get you score updates on those and the rest of the games across the county as well. Both free throws up and in.
Jay Rona getting the shooter's bounce there.
That's a home court bounce right there on the road.
Yeah.
Pass nice across steal. The lane, good hands from Sujak to get the steal. Up to Keegan Hopper, looks for the trailer, up off the window, and it's going to be a blocking foul And officials are looking at each other, and Bonner, I think that's the right call. I think he slid in just a half second late, Tim.
Yeah. It was a tough, right in the lane. He tried to make the cut, but just couldn't quite get there.
Well, the block charge call is definitely the toughest in the game to get right. And I'll tell you what, I think overall officials are calling the charge maybe a bit too much, and I think that's a perfect bang-bang play that was called properly as the block.
Yeah, Bonner didn't have much of a choice. He had to try to get there, was just a hair late.
And I like what Coach Corey did. He brought Bonner over and just said, hey, it was close, could have gone either way. Get back into the game now. 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Lead down to 2 for Neshannock. They need to hurry up. They're not going to get across the timeline. DeLillo barely across the timeline in time. And now a hand check foul is going to put Neshannock onto the free throw line.
Yeah. And this is what I was mentioning. It's going to slow this game down quite a bit because both teams are going to have a chance to add to their score through bonus free throws with health and motion physical therapy.
I check that back. That is only the 6th foul, so no health and motion yet.
Next time through.
But now both hoppers on the bench with 2 fouls. Keegan had 2 in the first 35 seconds. Mason just picked up his second with 5:51 remaining in the first half. Neshannock has 3 players right now with 2 fouls, and a couple of them are actually still on the court. DeLillo, not one of them. He wears number 1. His shot for 3, though, off the mark. Here comes Rona, double team across the timeline, and now DeLillo has his second.
Yep.
And this will now be double bonus time. That is the 10th team foul against the Lancers, but 5:33 remaining, Tim. You said it was going to be a slow-moving second quarter. You're right.
Yeah, it's just a matter of just recognizing how physical it has been out there and how this game has been called. You're going to see a lot of free throws from this point on here in the second quarter.
Rona's taking advantage. He's now got 7 points, 5 from the free throw line. And another nice soft touch.
He leads the scoring there for Mohawk.
And then a mental error as Taylor Anderson had just stepped on. And Talon didn't get over. Yeah, he didn't get over the sideline before catching the pass. Unforced error for Neshannock.
Yep. And that turnover is brought to you by Moderna Bonner Law. Make sure to protect your possessions. ModernaBonnerLaw.com, your community with the firms connecting individual service.
Yeah, timeout called by Neshannock. I like that timeout from Coach Corey. Kind of trying to calm the troops a little bit, because you could tell DeLillo especially was quite frustrated after that turnover that just happened.
That's what are you going to use your timeout for? Not just to change the motion of the game, but to settle your kids down, get them in, get them refocused on what you need to do and what you want to focus on. I mean, we've got a great game here. We're tied at 18 with 5:30 here to play in this quarter, and both teams are in the bonuses. You really got to now draw up plays where you're going to try to get either someone inside where they're going to get unattested because they're afraid to pick up the foul, or you're going to get a three-point play type scenario. So it'll be interesting to see how both coaches react now with so much time left and so much opportunity to get extra points from the free throw line.
The Mohawk a chance to take their first lead since they were up 6-5 at the 5:30 mark. Fadden in the front court, 5:20 remaining in the first half. Works the weave over to Sujak. They're face guarded against Rona right now, who's got 8 points, 6 of which have come from the line in this quarter, but a great backdoor pass to find Retort. He's got 6 of his own.
Well, we got Retort now with 6 in the game.
And an 8-0 run. It's a game of runs early on. Mohawk with a 6-0, 6-0, and now an 8-0 run. That's the Rowdy Warriors getting loud on the far side of the court. Sopko over to Anderton. Anderton stops on a dime, now brings it back out with 4:35 remaining. Trying to direct traffic. Now Gleason is going to come and get it and set up a play for Neshannock.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea to take some of the air out of the ball here a little bit. Kind of just run a motion offense, see if you can find something in the back door, but it was a loose foul, a loose ball, and that's going to be a turnover going to the Mohawk.
Yeah, on the over and back. Yeah, not a bad idea, like you said, especially when you got some foul trouble to try to do so, but it's another turnover against Neshannock. 1 in the first quarter, 5 in the second quarter. How about Mohawk? They had 5 in the first. They've been clean here in quarter number 2.
And it's really important to keep it that way. Mohawk taking advantage of opportunities, looking for mismatches and open shots.
4:15 remaining in the first half. 2-point lead for Mohawk, and as soon as I say that, Tim, he would change the pivot foot.
Yeah.
He would do it, wouldn't he?
Never discount the opportunity for a little jinx to show up.
Neshannock will cross the timeline with Gleason with exactly 4 minutes on the clock.
And another traveling turnover. That turnover again brought to you by Moderna Bonner Law. Make sure to protect your possessions.
Fadden trying to get back before Neshannock is all set up. Hangs on the rim but doesn't go in and knocked out of bounds, and last touch by Quat. Coach Corey doesn't agree with it, thought somebody knocked it out of bounds on the way out, but the officials don't see it that way.
Well, he was right there. He must have seen it come right off of someone's hands.
Behind the back dribble for Sujak. Gets it into the corner. That's Nail. J.J. Nail, 6-foot junior, averages 5 off the bench. He's going to go right to the hoop, high off the glass and in. The run continues for the Warriors, making a 10-0 run.
And we've seen that play earlier. That time Nail runs it, taking it down the lane perfectly.
Quat, drive, draw, and dish for DeLillo. His 3 ball short, no good. Coming the other way is Rona. He's going to get knocked out of bounds by Gleason, and it went off of Rona's leg last, out of bounds.
Yeah, he was going back. He lost control of the ball, but he reached out for it. And that's how it ended up getting to it.
And Rona's trying to ask Rick Conrad over here, like, how was that off me? He said, I wasn't the one. I was trailing the play.
Get in Neshannock here. You just want to run one of your quality plays and avoid just that, the turnover.
And it's not on the same page right now. It's 3 or 4 of those where players gone one way and the pass has gone the other, Tim.
Yeah. Maybe a little nervousness, kind of. You had a lead earlier in this second quarter. Things have kind of gone not your way. Some of the calls haven't gone your way. And you're just looking for an opportunity to do something special instead of just run the offense that you normally run.
Keegan Hopper back in with the 2 fouls. First we've seen him since the opening 30 seconds. Fadden looking for some room, and we're going to have a whistle asking for the clear out, and Sopko's not going to get it. It's going to be 2 free throws coming for the freshman.
So that's probably what Bobby Fadden needs to get to the line. I mean, he made that great turnaround jumper off the backboard in the first and towards the end of the first quarter, but we haven't seen him really be the scorer that he normally is in this game. Neshannock's really taken him away. Oh, this can actually get his shooter's touch back from the line.
He's a 74% shooter from the free throw line, is Fadden. His first one tickles the twine. About 9 of 9 from the line, Tim, for Mohawk.
That's so impressive. Make it 10.
(24-18) as the scoring streak continues, and a lot of it has been from the charity strike.
It really has.
8 of the 12 points on this run have come from the line. Jack Lees finally puts an end to it.
That's what they need to do, just run a play that is basic to them and get some points.
Step back three now for Fadden, off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound for Nail, bodies flying. Gleason is going to get there. We're going to have a held ball. Possession should go over for Neshannock. That hustle play from Gleason, you kind of see of a, all right, time to take over a little bit here, I think, Tim.
Yeah. Well, if you're Neshannock, you want to get the ball in the hands of Jack Gleason. He's the guy who does the most scoring for you. They'll collapse on him. He can throw it out. DeLucia hasn't had the shooter's touch that he normally has, but maybe he can find something here if that does get an opportunity outside.
And he tries to drive in, and it won't fall in, but he's going to get a pair of free throws now as a result. And like you said, for the other number one, Bobby Fadden,
yes,
maybe this can be a chance to go the other way.
Exactly. It's a great opportunity to kind of get your feel back. And this is what Neshannock needs right now. Just some points, settle down. But we're seeing exactly what I thought we'd see here in the second quarter. A lot of shots from the free throw line.
First one up and good. This is the first free throw of the game for Neshannock. Comes with 2:11 remaining in the first half. Right now, Gleason with 15, DeLillo with 4, Rind with 2. That's the extent of the scoring, all by the Neshannock seniors. Both free throws are good to cut the lead down to 2. Handoff, Rona, step back three, well off the mark, no good. Ball batting all over the place, out of bounds. Last touch by Neshannock.
That's a tough call there for Rona. I mean, he was a fadeaway three trying to get it in, and then the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch there by Neshannock. Oh.
Nice inbounds pass for Retort right into the middle. He's got 8 off the bench for Mohawk.
Big night there for Dante Retort.
Davey Quant, the freshman, short on that three-pointer. Outside shots is not going in.
No, just someone's put a lid on it for Neshannock.
Nice pump fake, Fadden to the hoop, up and in.
And there's Fadden making his move. Got his defensive player up in the air, went right around him and had the open lane.
Tim, if you had told me Mohawk with 1:20 remaining in the first half would have no three-pointers, I would have said they'd be down by 6, not up by 6.
And that has all to do with the opportunities they've had at the free-throw line here in the second quarter.
Neshannock has only made 2 from the line, or excuse me, 2 from beyond the arc, and 2 from the line. Down to a minute to play. DeLillo running the offense, loses possession, able to get it right back. Tight defense, he drives in. Davey Quant open for 3, still can't get him to go from beyond the arc. Mazzocco fighting with Bonner for the rebound. Neither one can get it. Mohawk comes up with it. That was Sujak on the bounce.
Mohawk's been getting a lot of these 50-50 balls where they're opportunity for both teams. They seem to find a way. And Jerry Rona does it again.
He's in double figures. He's got 10.
He's only 9 away from 1,000.
And another 6-0 run late in the quarter after Neshannock cut it down to a 2-point lead. The Mohawk run has been key time and time again in this first half. Quant with 8 seconds on the clock. Back over to DeLillo. Takes a look. He'll fire with from NBA range. Almost banked it in. No good. 3 seconds left. Rona, he's going to get one off at the buzzer, and he slipped and went to the ground.
Yeah, he lost his feet from underneath him.
It looks like he is all right. Wanted to make sure he was okay as he kind of buckled under him, but that's the end of the first half. Mohawk wins the second quarter by a score of 18-6 and take an 8-point lead into the locker room. We'll take a break. Be back in a moment here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
At LCAP Early Learning Centers, our kids are superheroes with extraordinary abilities to explore and learn. All our programs are filled with amazing children, but we need help. We're hiring group supervisors, assistant group supervisors, aides, and many other support positions. If you love to work with children as young as 6 weeks old, then you could be a superhero too. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County. Apply today at lcap.org.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for homeowners and businesses in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting and related projects for the winter season. Call Joe today, 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
That was awesome.
It is your Castle Asphalt halftime show here at lcsportsnet.com. A 30-22 lead for Mohawk here on the road, where they can clinch an outright section championship with a win. Neshannock, if they can make a come from behind in the second half, they would share that section crown with Mohawk, splitting the season series. Thanks to our friends at Castle Asphalt, sponsor of our halftime show here today. If you're looking for quality, cost-efficient paving and construction services, well, Castle Asphalt and Construction, they'll make your visions for your project a reality. Tim, it's all about the free throws in the second quarter especially, going 8 of 8 in the quarter, 10 of 10 in the first half total for Mohawk. No three-pointers made, yet they have the 8-point advantage, 30-22 at the break.
Yeah, it's been a real physical game here from the onset. As a matter of fact, on the very first possession of the game, we've seen the ball change sides 3 times before finally something being called and an opportunity to rebound the ball. So it was one of those scenarios. This has been a fast-paced, up and down, but physical game. And in the process, both teams have picked up fouls, and Mohawk took full advantage of the second quarter once they got into the bonus and the double bonus, as they scored 10 points here in the quarter from the line. And that's huge. You just, anytime you can do that in one half, that just adds points. And you can see those 10 points really escalates to the 8-point lead they have here at halftime. Bobby Fadden only scored 2 in the first quarter. Really nifty first 2 points of the game off the glass on a turnaround. A really nice play, but he ended up with 6 here in the half. Jay Rona doing a great job as always, but he was perfect from the line as he scored 10 points here in the first half. Devin Sujak added 2, and Dante Retort getting the start tonight actually played really well. He's got 8 points, really showing off what he can do, and he's done a great job inside, getting second shots and putting them in and running the floor and taking advantage of opportunities. J.J. Nail with 2, and Justin Boston also with 2. For Neshannock, Nate Wren with 2, DeLilio with 5, and Jack Gleese has 15. He scored 11 in the first quarter, only 4 in the second quarter, and maybe that might be something that they'll be talking about here at halftime, trying to get him open. As he gets more shots, it's going to open up the lanes and the three-pointers there, opportunities for Neshannock.
Tim, I might say it the other way around. Somebody else needs to step up and hit one of these outside shots. DeLillo hit one early, but quads over 3. Sopko's missed one from outside. If you can get 1 or 2 of those to open up, then you have to close out more, and it opens the lane more for Gleese, who's got mainly from the 2-point line rather than 3s. I got him for 6 twos and 1 3.
He's actually done the job. They've had the looks. They just haven't had the ball fall through for them here in the first half. I mean, DeLillo had opportunities. It's just, unfortunately, the ball just didn't go in. Quad had opportunities and just couldn't get the ball to fall in. So what I mean by that is anytime you have a score, you're going to get a defense collapse on them. That's going to leave somebody open. And someone's going to have a good look at the shot. And obviously, three-pointers are such a big part of basketball today. Anytime you can add 3 instead of 2, you're doing something right for your offense. So I think anytime you get someone focused on a scorer, it opens up for somebody else. But yeah, they have to drop the ball in the bucket. There's no question about it.
30-22 your score at the halftime break. Trying to get you some other scores. The Shenango-Aliquippa game was a late start, being senior night over there. We'll get a score update from the Moan brothers, Lee and Jay Moan, on that one. Union, only section loss of the year, came on Tuesday. They're responding in a great way. They lead just before the halftime over Avella, 44-8. So taking care of business are the Scotties in their game there. Other ones will get some scores on. Newcastle, they've clinched the section crown. That's the 34th section crown in program history, by the way, Tim, if we did our math right. They're playing Seneca Valley. We'll get you a score on that one here coming up. Laurel hosting Northgate. And the Rival Cup at it again. If Elwood City wins, they're in the playoffs. If Riverside wins, they're in the playoffs. It's win or go home time. Corey Campano and the Trib Live High School Sports Network check that game out as well. But you don't want to check that game out right now. You want to be watching this one as we're getting ready for second half action. They're passing out water bottles in the student section. We need some extra water here, so we're going to take another timeout. We'll be back with second half action here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary, from the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for homeowners and businesses in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting and related projects for the winter season. Call Joe today, 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project. Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Third quarter coming your way here from Neshannock High School. That wraps up our Castle Asphalt halftime show. Castle-asphalt.com. Get your free estimate today. First impressions mean a lot. Just like when you come up to your home or your office, don't make your clients potentially regret the trip. Mohawk certainly not regretting the trip with a bunch of big runs. At one point, a 12-0 run midway through that second quarter, Tim. No threes yet. They haven't needed them.
Well, I imagine that'll be part of their offense here in the third quarter.
They do get first possession to the Warriors, trying to drive in. Now hand it back off to Rona. He sits 9 points away from a 1,000 career. Into the corner, off the mark for Mason Hopper. And Gleese will get the rebound. Gleese, who had 15 in the first half, the rest of his team was 7. DeLillo hands it back off to Gleese. They're just shadowing him. It doesn't matter. He gets to the rack anyway.
Gleese with 17. It's going to be really important here in the third quarter to see which team or both schools possibly will play a clean quarter here to keep the fouls down, where you don't enter like either late in the third quarter or early in the fourth quarter into opponent's situation.
Nice bounce pass down low. Mason Hopper didn't catch it cleanly the first time. He was able to regather, though, nicely and put it in. Gleese from deep. Why not?
Hot start here for Neshannock. Quick 5 from Gleese.
Now with 20 is Jack Gleese, and this pass is going to go into the backcourt. And Quat, good job to just shield him out of bounds for the turnover. Would have been over and back either way, but made sure that he forced Mohawk to go after it.
These inbound plays are really important. Make sure you make a good pass in and find an open player.
Elwood City leads Riverside 25-23 at the half. Gleese.
He was feeling it, but just a little short.
He wanted that one. He's got 20 and a pair of threes. That one off the mark. Mohawk still looking for their first, and there it is. Keegan Hopper. And it comes with 6:28 remaining in the third quarter. The first three-pointer of the game. Nice quick pass across the lane to Nate Rinn from Gleese. Going the other way, Fadden got it knocked away by Gleese. Now diving on the court, we're going to whistle on a foul, and Gleese ran into him. That's the second on Gleese. He's now the 6th player with 2 fouls on Neshannock.
Well, it's 6-11 here in the third quarter. That's not a terrible situation here for Jack. Only being in the second quarter, early in the second half, picking up his second foul.
I think they're getting a towel out there.
Yeah, one of the players tried to do it himself. It was quite interesting. A little swim move in the middle of the lane.
Yeah, find a way. Hey, watch out. Cody Patterson in the building, and he's in the hot corner right now. Especially when Mohawk is involved. It always seems how the ball and the players find him. We thank all that he does. It helps us out at Newcastle News. Steal on the inbounds by Gleese. 9th Mohawk turnover. Quat is going to bring it back out to DeLillo, setting up the offense with 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Gleese on the wing. Back over to DeLillo, trying to direct some traffic. And right now, Keegan Hopper is just trying to stay in the hip pocket of Jack Gleese. DeLillo gets the return pass right in front of the student section, hits three-pointer off the mark. Nate Rinn able to catch the rebound. Gets it to Jack, floater is in.
Much needed 2 points there for Neshannock.
And a whistle going the other way, and it's going to be an and one for Bobby Fadden right to the rack.
Yeah, he got a great feed in the lane. Just moved his body perfectly, got hit from behind, finished it nicely. And they'll take that perfect free throw shooting team record here to the line here to start the second half. 10 for 10 in the first half. See how they do here in the second half.
Fadden now with 8 after that basket. And Tim Wood jinxed him.
Yep.
But stepping on the end line, trying to get the toes back in, but couldn't do it in time was Bonner. And we're going to have a timeout on the court called by Coach O'Leary. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Make sure you take the timeout to save money on your insurance. Give a call to Pontius Insurance. Give Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, or Tracy Giddings a call to get started today. Remember, you get the best customer service by calling a local agent at Pontius Insurance. 37-31 your score with 5:24 remaining in quarter number 3.
Okay, we get the first three-pointer here for Mohawk in the third quarter from Hopper. So it's going to be interesting to see how much they still rely on that. It's part of their offense. I imagine they're going to go to it big. With the 6-point lead, they love adding those extra points when they can.
While we have a moment, give a quick shout out. Lucas Walzer's running the camera for us upstairs. We thank him. We thank, of course, Mr. Fry, Mr. Burks, everything they do, getting us all situated. Hey, look, we even got some Penn Ohio bottled water here for us.
That's exactly it.
Inbounds pass into the front court for Fadden. Freshman now with 8. Gets to the foul line, pump fake, able to get a defender to go by, but good help and good job getting back by Bonner. That was Gleason poked it away. Possession still with the Warriors. Fadden's pull-up jumper, back iron, no good. Davey Quat rebounds. Davey looking for his first points of the night. The 2 freshmen in the starting lineup. 8 points for Fadden, 1 for Quat. Quat returns it back to DeLillo. Gleason being closely guarded now by Sujak. Over to DeLillo, he pumps, he gets in the lane. Good pass down low to Rinn, he puts it out the window and in. Good power dribble to get it in closer and cut the lead down to 4.
That great vision there. Be able to cut it, find the cutter and Rinn underneath and taking advantage of the big man.
That time it was DeLillo drawing the defense, and there it is, somebody else getting involved to draw some attention away from Gleason maybe. Only had 2 fouls called in this entire quarter. The ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors.
And that is a change of possession brought to you by Maduro Bonner Law. Make sure to protect your possessions.
Remember, coming up after the game, we got to have a Mainly Chiropractic Play of the Game and our LCAP Player of the Game award. Not sure we figured out either one of those with 12 minutes still to play. Here's a steal from Fadden. He's got a chance to it, and he can't get it to go in, but he's fouled on the way to the hoop. It's going to be Gleason. He tried to get the foul on the floor. Fadden's asking for the intentional. Neither one's going to get what they want.
Nah, neither one. It is just called probably perfectly. A great play there by Fadden, getting his hands in the passing lane, tipping it to himself and making that fast break. Wasn't able to finish it, but we'll have a chance at the line here to add 2.
Fadden 2 of 3 from the line. Rattles in and out in the first one here.
I'm good at jinxing them right now.
No kidding.
That's 2 in a row.
Mohawk fans, that is Tim Continenza that you want to be sending your complaints to. I'm James Dodson. I'm not saying a word. Tim Continenza's the one with the free throw jinx at the moment. Second free throw does make its way down. So how about this? Other than that three-pointer, it's all free throws here in the half for Mohawk. Bonner.
They're showing some defense.
Good read. Fadden gets the steal. He's going to get the easy layup. Oh, and they called a foul too?
I think they called a foul on the floor.
Okay. So the foul was on the floor. Halftime from Shenango. Aliquippa leading Shenango 24-21. Here's a deep 3 from Rona, well short, no good. Bodies colliding all over the place, and DeLillo saves it out of bounds as Keegan Hopper went for a ride.
Yeah, just trying to be in the same place at the same time there.
Quat, return pass into the corner. Gleason open for 3, back iron, no good. Steal though by Rinn, he'll go right to the hoop, and 1!
Yeah, Rinn made a nice play. The ball was tipped right to him. Turned around, went right to the hole. Went off the glass, picked up the foul, got the points. And a big opportunity for a 3-point play here by the big guy.
There's another possible Mainly Chiropractic play of the game right there. Rinn now with 8. High arcing free throw, can't get it to go. Sopko.
Big offensive bound there. Oh,
but
couldn't quite handle it.
Yeah, good job by Hopper to steal it right back away. The lead's back down to 3. Rowdy Warriors trying to get their team back in it, and Fadden's going to draw a foul as Bonner's going to get the block for his third. So Tim, foul trouble situation. Bonner and Gleese and Sopko all with 3 for Neshannock. Rin, DeLillo, and Quat all with 2 for Neshannock. Mason Hopper 3, Keegan Hopper 2. That's the numbers for Mohawk. Fadden on the oop off the inbound.
Beautiful call play there by Fadden. He looked right at him, pointed it up, and they threw it right there.
He knew what he wanted. Gleese the other way with an and one himself. Jack Gleese having a career night, 24 points. That is a season high, and we'll try to confirm, believe that might be a career high as well.
And this is what Jack needed. He needed to take advantage of the open court and get to the lane, pick up the foul. That's something that Neshannock's going to have to try to do, is try to get in the lane and see if they can get some of the Mohawk guys in foul trouble. They've been very stingy tonight.
Completing the three-point play is Gleese. That was Sujak, by the way. That was his first personal. But the lead back down to 2. Fadden, wild shot off the mark. Rebound, Sopko saves it from going out of bounds. Gleese now with 25, crosses the timeline. Can tie or take the lead on this possession. We're down to 2:30 remaining in the third. The whistle, we're going to have a hand check against Fadden. That'll be his second. Should be the team's third and a half. And Nail's going to check in and give Fadden a break after he picked up his second foul. Bonner inbounding right in front of us. He'll give it to DeLillo in the forecourt with 3:25 now remaining in quarter number 3. Section title on the line. Jack Gleese wants it. Breaks open. Neshannock with the lead. Timeout Mohawk. Wow.
This is a Ponce's Insurance timeout. Make sure you take the timeout to save your money on insurance. Visit Ponce'sInsurance.com and request a quote today for your auto, home, business, or life insurance. And Jack Gleese gives us another nomination here for the Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game with that big 3.
His season high was 21 coming into tonight. He's got 28 now. Does Gleese. Incredible. I mean, you can't ask an obvious nomination for your LCAP Player of the Game Award recipient right now as well.
Yes. For your Maley Chiropractic, we'll announce the Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Maley Chiropractic is currently hiring. Email a resume to maleychiro@gmail.com. Season allergies or change of the weather can affect how you feel on a daily basis. Headaches, joint pain, sinus pressure, or even congestion all could be alleviated with chiropractic work. Call Maley Chiropractic to schedule your appointment today.
So Neshannock, first time they've been in the lead since about the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. Mohawk trying to answer right back into the corner. 3-ball on the way. Back iron for J.J. Nail, and one and done go the Warriors.
Now you want to run a really good play here if you're Neshannock. Try to build a lead. You haven't had that opportunity since the first quarter.
Sopko gets into the lane. Spin move. Mazzocco back to Bonner. Now DeLillo running through the motion. By the way, Neshannock, only 3 players have scored tonight. It's the 3 seniors.
Yeah.
DeLillo.
He's on the scoreboard now.
One of those seniors now is 7. His first points in the second half. Fadden, the freshman, the other way, rejected out of bounds by Bonner. It'll stay with Mohawk. Good defensive play, holding his ground. Down to 1:26 remaining.
Big rejection there by Bonner. Coming through here for the Lancers.
And a big contact, and I think we're going to get an and one for Fadden. Mazzocco's going to get the foul, and Fadden's going to get another trip to the line.
Tell you, he's such an impressive freshman. not only was he knew what he was doing as that pass was coming in, he grabbed it with his right hand and moved on the motion to go down that lane to make that bucket, to pick up that foul and have that three-point opportunity here for the Warriors.
Cannot complete the three-point play, however. Remains a 1-point Neshannock lead. We're down to 1:15 remaining in quarter number 3. Gleese drives in, three-pointer on the way for DeLillo, and Lucci's feeling it now as Coach G gives a fist pump right in front of us. Down to a minute to play in the third. Boston drives, dishes to Sujak in front of his bench. He's been well guarded. I think he's got one three-point attempt tonight. He's made 53 on the year. Fadden's the one getting all the work done going to the hoop. And that's also team foul number 7 against Neshannock, but it's going to be free throws either way as Bonner just picked up his 4th.
Yeah, Bonner's out there playing good defense, hard defense, I should say, for the Lancers, but definitely picked up the foul as the runner was coming in there by Fadden.
Fadden, though, struggling from the line.
At the line.
Wow. 2 of 7 by my count now.
Yeah. Very unusual for the freshman.
Now he's played in 20 high-stakes games already this year. I'm not sure any quite as high as this one. Misses them both. But an offensive rebound. Fadden gets it back, and he's going to do it again right to the hoop. And another block as Gleese slid his way in at the last second. We got that perfect angle. And again, I think the right call by the official all over it. But that's 4 on Gleese.
Yeah, that's a tough foul on Gleese. Defensively, wanted to get there, but the freshman took right at him. Picked up that foul. Now it's going to be really decision time here for Coach Corey.
I think you got to take him out for the final 42 of the half, or the quarter, I mean.
I would.
First free throw good for Fadden. 3 of 9 from the line is Fadden, who came in as a 74% shooter. And he's shooting 30% tonight.
Big possession here. We'll see what they choose to do here in the last 35 seconds.
Talon Anderton comes in with Gleese on the bench. They immediately go to the press, does Mohawk. Pass down low, Mazzocco! Traveled!
Wow! Coming off the bench, putting himself in position, and they're going to go for the travel. Oh, shuffle the feet going up there.
It's definitely a foul, but it was a question of what happened first, and the officials emphatic that it was the travel before the foul. And now Fadden, he's just getting easy gaps to the rack and getting to the free throw line. The issue is he hasn't been making them.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually he makes 75% of his free throws, so 3 out of every 4 goes in. Just tonight it hasn't happened.
Freshman gets the roll there. I got him at 4 of 11 right now, Tim. We're going to see number 15. This is Jake Rind checking in. Both 3B's good.
16 now for Fadden.
Anderton, tough time to get across the timeline. They do get it to Jake with 10 seconds remaining. Quad over to Anderton. He drives in, passes it down to Mazzocco. 3 seconds left. Down to Quad at the buzzer. It's good.
That was a big bucket. Quad's first 3.
The first points by a non-senior for Neshannock. And a perfect time for it. Extends the lead to 4 at the end of 3 quarters. Don't go anywhere. 4th quarter when we return here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale-Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Minutes on the clock, fourth quarter coming your way. Here at LCSportsNet.com, what a huge three-pointer at the end of the quarter for Davey Quat. His first points of the night, his 29th three of the year, Tim. But that's a huge one to extend the lead, especially when you had Gleese on the bench. He's got 4 fouls. Guess what? He's starting this fourth quarter.
Yeah, you got to have him out there. He's your team leader. He has 28 points. You're going to just ride him as best you can. Tell him to be careful on defense. But play your game. Be aggressive. We're going to need him all the way through this game.
How about Neshannock putting up 27 points in that third quarter? So Neshannock wins quarter 1 and 3, 16-12 and 27-15. Mohawk winning the second quarter, though, 18-6. Law of averages. And with the foul situation as it is at 9-3, Tim, I think that tells you enough right there. Again, I think we're going to have a slow-moving, even quarter.
Yeah, right now, if you're the Lancers, you've got to offensively be careful in the sense you want to make your plays. You don't want to pick up any cheap charges or moving screens, because you've got some players in foul trouble. But if you're Mohawk, you got to go right at them, because you're going to get one more foul, you get a double bonus, and you can put your guys at the line and just try to extend, those easy points. So that's really going to be key, especially with them trailing by 4 here to enter the fourth quarter.
Alongside Tim Continenz on James Dotson. We have the little delay here because over to our right, there's just a wet spot right in front of the Lancer Lunatic student section. I think they're just trying to get it dried up. Athletic Director Bobby Burks turning into the janitor, so teams are going to go back to their respective sidelines for a moment.
Coming up after the game, we'll announce the LCAP player of the game. So many great ways LCAP is improving the quality of life in Lawrence County. Head Start and PA Pre-K Counts program. Children under 5 can receive free quality preschool at various locations around the county. Lawrence County Social Services can help individuals and families with applying for supplemental nutrition assistance programs, which help with the cost of food. So we'll have our LCAP Player of the Game award coming up here, and we got a lot of nominations there.
For play and Player of the Game, I have a feeling, though, we've probably not determined either one.
No.
Mohawk sending out
that storyline still to be continued.
Thad and Rona, the Hoppers, and Sujak for Mohawk. Right now, it's the Rins, Jake and Nate out there, along with DeLillo, Gleese, and Quat, as it's a 1-3-1 defense out of the timeout to start the fourth quarter. A little different look from the Mohawk Warriors. Quat finished the third quarter with a 3, can't get that one to go. Battling for the rebound, Jake Rinn, now Nate Rinn in the corner, battling around, and Neshannock's the last one to touch it. Barb Kennard with the assist on the pickup.
Yeah.
But you're gonna see a lot of this. Offense, defense, any chance that Neshannock can get Gleese with that 4th foul out of the game, they will. Gleese, Bonner, and Sopko all with 4.
Yeah, it's just, they have to do that. They got to protect 28.4.
28, a season high, and we believe a career high for Gleese. But right now, on the other end, Spadden, and nobody can guard. He can't get that layup to go in. They're going to have a whistle on the rebound.
Quat got fouled from behind.
Yeah, Spadden's frustrated. He couldn't get that one to fall, and I don't blame him. That might have been one of his easiest looks at the hoop. He's just had a few that just have not gone in. Third foul against Keegan Hopper. Not bad after getting your first 2 fouls in the first 35 seconds.
So they run more of a motion offense. They try to take some time off the clock and just kind of find a back door maybe and get some easy points on a layup.
Yeah, a little tough against this, kind of a little hybrid. It looks like a 1-3-1. It kind of molds
a
into
box and 3 or box and 1 type thing.
Yeah. A road at the top, but yeah, it's definitely a 1-3-1 the way they're rotating around. See if Neshannock can identify it. But you're right, they don't have to be in any rush with the 4-point lead.
Exactly.
And right now they're just content with DeLillo and Gleese playing catch over the top.
Let them come out and see what they choose to do.
And they're going to whistle off the ball as I think Mason Hopper picked up his fourth as he was holding on to the man in the high post. So Mason with 4, Keegan with 3. He's staying in the game.
See if they can find Rin underneath here on the in-down pass. It looks like they're going to go up top.
Good backdoor pass for the shot. Had to rush it up. It was running out of real estate. Was DeLillo. He pats on the chest, but it's still Neshannock Falls and went off a Mohawk leg out of bounds.
Yeah, DeLillo came from the right lane as they were trying to really prevent Rin from getting inside. And an open look at it just couldn't quite finish.
Davey Quat wide open to the roof. Nice inbounds play. The freshman now with 5. Quickly the other way. The other freshman Fadden off the window and in.
He is so quick on transition. He just makes those plays look easy.
Fadden now with his average of 17. He's matched it. Ball knocked out of bounds towards us. Good job of keeping it in bounds right in front of us by Keegan Hopper. His pass on the top, though, is going to send Fadden into the hallway for a turnover right back.
Yeah, Keegan made a great play on that ball. He was able to get it into the lane, try to get it underneath the basket, but unfortunately for Mohawk, I was unable to continue it, but it gives Neshannock an opportunity now to kind of add on to their 4-point lead. We'll see how they're going to do it. Looks like they're going to stay in that. They have to come back out.
And a good timeout from Coach Corey.
Exactly. He couldn't believe he stopped his dribble.
He was ready to pass it off, and it's not on the same page, so it'll be another 30-second timeout. Each team will have 3 timeouts remaining now. Here with 6:15 remaining in the 4th quarter. Jack Lease with 28 to lead Neshannock. Bobby Fadden with 17 leading the way for Mohawk.
Pontus Insurance timeout. Make sure you take the time to save money on your insurance. Get the best rates and customer service by calling the local agents at Pontus Insurance.
Give a shout out to our friends at Penn Ohio Bottled Water as well. We're going to use plenty of it tonight. Make sure you give them a call. Whether it's the 5-gallon jugs or those 16-ounce bottles, they'll deliver right to your door, Tim.
Yeah, stay fresh and enjoy hot and cold water by clicking the button and enjoy a cup of coffee or a bottom-loading water cooler option. Get 3 free bottles of your first month of cooler rental free when you sign up today. That's Penn Ohio Bottled Water.
Real quick, foul trouble issue. Mason Hopper 3, Keegan Hopper with 2, or 4 and 3, excuse me. Mason 4, Keegan 3. That's the extent for Mohawk. 4 fouls each for Bonner, Lease, and Sopko, and 3 fouls, or no one, all with 4 or 2 for Neshannock. DeLillo to Gleese, and again, I think Neshannock content to just kind of pass it around, though it's a very long zone.
It's a deep 2.
Deep 2, and that's, I don't think, one that Coach Corey wants his freshman to be taken at that point. Mohawk gets possession back. Rona's got 10, all in the first half. Has not tickled the twine yet here in the second half. This pass deflected by Rand and then off the hands of Retort and out of bounds for the turnover.
Yeah, those hands in the passing lanes are going to be big here in the final 5:37.
Elwood City now leading 43-27 at the end of 3 quarters over Riverside in a win-and-you're-in game as the stretch run continues. DeLillo swings it over looking for Gleese, but Fadden read it and stole it. I got 13 turnovers apiece. Trailer is Rona off the back iron, no good. Rebound tracked down by Nate Rinn. He gets it up to Jack. He'll bring it across the timeline. Hands it back off to Rinn, and now Neshannock with 5:10 remaining will set up the offense.
I think this time you've got to pay attention to what shot you're taking. You don't want to just take any shot. You really want to get something inside and maybe even draw a foul if you can. Try to keep motion of offense going. See if you either get a good look or you can cut to the find a cutter going into the lane so you can make a shot.
DeLillo gets the step but can't get the shot to go in. Ball knocked out of bounds by Quad. It's going to go down to Mohawk.
Every possession is going to mean so much for both these 2 teams the rest of the way down. 4:38 here to play. Every opportunity, you're looking to get something on the scoreboard. And if you're Mohawk, I'd try to get some type of a lane type play, either to Fadden or Retort or something to try to pick up that 10th foul against Neshannock.
Good defensive position from Jaker in, but a better play from Fadden, who now has 19 to cut the lead down to 2. Feels like when Fadden wants to get to the hoop, Tim, he's going to get there.
Yep.
The other freshman trying to answer, and Davey Quant does.
Yeah, huge three. His second of the night.
8 points on the second half. Riller can't get that one to go. Neshannock with numbers the other way. Euro step to Lillo, and he's going to get fouled from behind. 2 free throws coming. Now Keegan Hopper with 4.
Really important here to take advantage of the free throw line if you're Neshannock. Every opportunity at the line means everything in this game. A 5-point lead, you want to take advantage of all your scenarios.
First free throw is off the mark, no good.
They're about to have to get a job here in a second.
Second one also no good, but a foul is going to go on to Lillo, and that will be the 10th foul.
And they'll be shooting the double bonus from this point out here for Mohawk. And that is bonus free throws brought to you by Health in Motion Physical Therapy. As a local graduate, Mike Mirko of Health in Motion Physical Therapy is looking to get local athletes back on the field with quality one-on-one patients reserved. He hopes to limit the exposure of pain medication with physical therapy and powerful alternatives.
Second free throw coming for Keegan Hopper.
We got them both.
Lee's trapped in the backcourt. 3-point lead for Neshannock as we're midway through the fourth quarter. We have a whistle and a foul right in front of us.
Will Jay reached in and got the arm of Bonner, and then that is the type of foul you hate to see committed, but it was there and the official saw it. So Bonner looking for his first point of the night at the line.
And it's bonus free throws brought to you by Health in Motion, but they're off the mark on the front end. Fadden gives it over to Rona. Those two play catch in the front court. Now Neshannock has switched into a zone. 3-2 zone. Three-point Neshannock leads. Working around the perimeter right now are the Warriors. They've only hit 1 3-pointer in this game. They average 8.5 per game. Pass down low, deflected, stolen away. Quickly coming the other way is Neshannock. DeLillo to the rack. It's good. Sujak wide open in the corner. Can't get it to go. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Mohawk.
Huge plays there going both ways. Now you got a 5-point lead here for the Lancers. You got to really take advantage of this opportunity. See what Jack Lease and the Lancers can do here.
Lease asking for a timeout right in front of us. He's going to get it. Let's take a quick one as well. It's a full timeout. Back in a moment here at LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition. Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
No, he has to come down to run the camera. Just keep coming.
Back to the action here. Driving to the hoop is DeLillo, high off the glass, can't get it to go. Time winding down, 2:45 remaining. Mohawk trailing by 5. And a whistle, we're going to get more free throws coming. A foul on the floor. Third one against DeLillo. Double bonus here, Tim, and I think that's exactly right.
Yeah, it's going to come a big part of the game here for Mohawk to get back in and take advantage of it. They've struggled from the line here in the second half a little bit, but they got to take advantage of it. Jay Rona going to the line here, shooting 2.
I misspoke. That's not number 3. That's number 5. I looked at the wrong spot on my sheet. I apologize. Bonus free throws for Rona, who's not scored in the second half. Remember how great this Mohawk team began from the line, Tim? They were 10 of 10.
They have struggled here in the second half.
They make the second one at least. First points for Rona in this second half. 56-52. Sopko playing catch with Bonner in the backcourt. Barely across the timeline in time. First time we've really seen Mohawk press tonight. Gleese dishing it to the corner. Davey Quant in and out, no good. Bonner put back. It won't go in either. Still fighting for it. Ball on the ground. Davey Quant, third chance, can't get it to go. Gleese with possession. Bodies all over the floor. Wow. Gleese now with 30.
That's just keeping a play alive. Got to give the Lancers a lot of credit offensively on that one. 4 opportunities. They finally got one to go in.
Trying to answer at the other end. The three-pointer for Fadden is no good, and Gleese just flying all over the place. 1:45 remaining. Lancers cross the timeline. Stolen away, that's Rhoda. Picks out the pass and gets the lay-in. Timeout Mohawk with 1:37 remaining. 2 timeouts remaining for each team.
That's what you want to see from Jay Rona in the fourth quarter. Taking some leadership and taking control of the passing lane, making the steal, going down the lane on the left-hand side, putting it in for 2. That's what the Warriors needed right now. This is going to come really an offensive-defensive game from this point out. The last 97 seconds, we're going to see a lot of changes and a lot of opportunities where every team, every possession is going to matter.
Tim, let's get a scoreboard update from the Crane Room Grill. At the end of 3 quarters, Aliquippa now leading 39-27 over Shenango. I have a feeling that of the 800-some people who are here, maybe 300 might be heading down the road after this game.
It would be a good idea to call ahead and reserve your seat after the game tonight. A place to call, take out curbside or dinner, homemade dessert, even a growler to go. Give them a call at 724-656-1553. We'll see you after the game at the Crane Room.
1:37 on the clock. Mohawk sends out Retort, Sujak, Rona, Mason Hopper, and Fadden. Neshannock responds with Sopko, Bonner, Gleese, Quat, and Rind. Elwood City leading by 15 over Riverside. Looks like the Wolverines are going to punch their way into the postseason. Which one of these 2 teams will be section champions? We know Mohawk will be, will Neshannock as well. Gleese is going to get fouled and get bonus free throws coming up.
Your bonus free throws brought to you by Health in Motion Physical Therapy. Your next generation of physical therapy is here. Health in Motion is the only PT clinic in Lawrence County to use a newbie stimulator technology. Get better, faster health in motion. Reduces your time on the sidelines up to 70%. Visit them, Health in Motion in Newcastle, on Facebook for more information.
Jack Gleese, we're going to call it a career high. We don't know for sure, but I'm going to say it's a career high, 31 now. The senior makes it 32.
It's a 2-possession, 2-3 game right now here for Mohawk. That's their game. They've only had 1 3 tonight.
60-54, down to 1:20 remaining. Neshannock extending their zone. You wondered how difficult it would be to make those threes against this zone, against a small court. Long rebound tracked down in the corner by Gleese. Kept the pivot foot somehow too.
That was an NBA-style 3 there by Jay Rona. Hit the back of the rim. They didn't have a chance.
Down to a minute to play. Sopko in front of the Neshannock bench, and there is a timeout called by Neshannock. They'll have 1 timeout remaining with 57 seconds left to go. Real quick, a quick message from Lawrence County Child and Youth Services.
Are you looking to make a difference? Well, here is your opportunity. Lawrence County Child and Youth Services is looking for compassionate foster parents now. If you are over the age of 21, in good health, and wanting to help a child in need, we're in need of you. Receive free training and compensation by becoming a foster parent. Call 724-658-2558 and let Bill, Brooklyn, and Heather get you started. Make a difference and become a foster parent today.
57.5, that's the time remaining on the clock. Jack Gleese, 32 of Neshannock's 60 points here in this game. Tim, what a fun back and forth it's been. Both teams with lots of runs, and right now Neshannock defensively forcing Mohawk to do what they're not used to doing. They've been having to go more interior than exterior. Those 3-pointers not going in.
No, and it's going to be crucial here to see which one can step up, either create a 3-point play or to convert one from distance.
Gleese double team in the backcourt, able to get it to Bonner, back to Gleese, ripped away from him. Now he's got to hurry up and get it across the timeline. And did he finally? Yes, the call is going to go against Hopper. So now Keegan Hopper is going to get disqualified from the game with his 5th foul.
Hey, let's go, Jack!
Important free throws coming up here for Jack Gleese. This is the guy you want at the line, though. He's done such a great job for them all season long. Gleese shooting 75% at the line.
It is still a 1-and-1 as that was the 9th team foul, but the bonus will be awarded, and that's huge because that's a 3-possession game now, Tim.
Yeah. Huge free throw again.
Makes them both with ice water in his veins.
34 tonight.
Mohawk running out of time, 40 seconds left. Rona drives in and he loses it. Win with the steal. Now you have to foul. And there it is. Neshannock found themselves on the wrong side of a 12-0 run and 2 other 6-0 runs in the first half, but they've weathered the storm. First free throw off the mark for Matthew Sopko. Still 32 seconds remaining.
Sopko looking for his first point of the night if he can convert.
And he can't. Remains an 8-point game.
Loose ball.
And another loose ball, and Neshannock's going to get another steal, another turnover. Gleese gets the ball, and they're going to make the foul right there to send Jack Gleese to the line again.
Well, the Lancers are going to find a way to pull this one out. They trailed at halftime, and they've played an amazing 2 quarters here to get the lead back. And Jack Gleese has led the way. He has 34, looking for more at the line.
You say you live by the 3, die by the 3. Mohawk was able to live with no 3-pointers made in the first half, Tim, but down the stretch, it started to bite them. .36 points for Jack Gleese. Rona from deep, he makes it. Timeout Mohawk.
Rona with 16. Not done yet. No, they're not. And this is what, I mean, this is what you definitely got to do is figure out how to foul someone immediately and try to foul the right player if possible. But right now, you just got to send them to the line and save the clock. You want to do it as soon as possible if you're Mohawk.
So if the Neshannock holds on for the final 16 and a half seconds, you're going to have co-section champions. Lansing Lunatics to our right. It is always difficult to play at Neshannock High School. Fans right on top of you, a bit of a smaller court overall, and probably the most hostile environment, the most packed house you've seen at Neshannock in probably a decade.
It's been a lot of fun here tonight to witness these two schools in this sectional game and how important it is.
Tim, we didn't even mention the ticket situation.
Yeah.
They were doing all pre-sale tickets for this game. Inbounds will get to Gleason in the corner. He'll be fouled there.
And what a great play. They got the inbound to the player they wanted with the ball to go to the line. Less than a second came off the clock. We got Jack Gleason shooting 2 for the bonus free throws here for the Lancers.
All right, that was cool right there. So Neshannock had 5 players in their huddle in the backcourt. And because it's on the court, Bobby Fadden just went and put himself in the huddle too to say, hey, what are we listening to? Jack Gleason's coach gives a little pat and said, hey, that's clever. First free throw is good. Of 8 from the line in the quarter. Another 3 on the way for Fadden. This one's short, no good. Neshannock rebounds. Clock gets fouled. And that's going to be just about it.
Yeah, the clock's winding down and the free throws keep coming up for Neshannock. If they can take advantage of these two here, they will close out tonight's game. Or you could just let the court be open. Good timeout here.
So Neshannock will take their final timeout. Again, coming up after the game, our Tri-County Principals post-game show. We'll get you some final stats, give our awards, and of course try to come up with our Mainly Chiropractic Player of the Game and our LCAP Player of the Game award. I'll tell you what, one of those is a pretty easy bet at this point.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I think we have that one in the bag.
Final score, 56-41, Elwood City over Riverside. So the Wolverines have clinched a playoff bid.
Mohawk has won 10 straight coming into tonight. The last loss was to Elwood City. They're facing their second loss of the season here tonight in Neshannock.
And in both those nights, Tim, shooting the 3.
Yeah. Unable to do it.
I wish I was keeping track of the misses. Because they made one.
They made 2. And
no, the
one
you're right.
One here late in the fourth quarter.
So you're talking about 2 of about 20 at least, I would say. Quat misfires on his first free throw. Again, thanks to Health in Motion, bringing you these bonus free throws down the stretch. Also thanks to Something for Your Wall Photography. We'll have plenty of photos from this game available on our website. Rona spins away, stolen away. Bonner is going to let the clock wind down. Neshannock and Mohawk are co-champs as the Lunatics rush the floor, giving Mohawk just their second loss of the year. Neshannock 67, Mohawk 57.
Watch the bag, there's equipment in it.
Welcome back with our Tri-County Principals post-game show when we return here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
That was awesome.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services in over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Having a safe and healthy home is not something to play games with, especially if your home was built before 1978. You may be exposed to extremely harmful lead-based paint hazards. If you're concerned about lead in your home, don't roll the dice on your family's safety. LCAP's Healthy Homes Lead Hazard Reduction Program is here to help you win the battle. Your family's health and safety is the goal. Contact the Department of Healthy Homes today.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary, from the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
It's our Tri-County Principals post-game show here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP, and what a night it was. Neshannock comes from behind, outscores Mohawk by 12 in the third quarter, and then in the fourth quarter, outscore them by 6. So an 18-point difference in the second half, taking an 8-point halftime deficit, Tim. 10-point victory, 67-57. A wild night. We're going to be getting our voices back for the next week. Thank goodness there's no games till playoffs.
Well, most interesting, I think, here, if you look at it, James, is we're talking about a team that in Mohawk, that, as you mentioned, lives by the 3. Couldn't really find the 3-point shot falling through here tonight, as they were only able to get 2, 1 in each half, and just really struggled. But in the first half, they built a lead going into halftime, and they did that by going 10 for 10 from the line. In the second half, they were unable to keep up that high percentage from the free throw line, and unfortunately, Bobby Fadden struggled from the line for them tonight, as he shot about 30%. They were about 3 for 12, 3 for 14 in the game. So it was a difficult night from the line and from the three-point line in the second half for Mohawk. That really was the change of the game.
We get a chance to talk with Coach Corey here. Coach, incredible. I mean, down 8 at halftime. What is it you say to the kids in the locker room to flip it around by 18 points in the second half?
Yeah, well, I just thought that,
You're sweating as much as the boys are.
Yeah. So at halftime, we just really talked about, we didn't make too many mistakes defensively, other than reaching a little bit. They were 10 for 10 from the free throw line at halftime. So a couple of reaching fouls, things like that, gives them opportunities. I think we were up 6 in that first quarter.
Yeah.
Go from up 6 to down 8 at halftime. We just talked about staying the course. We didn't make too many changes. Sprinkled in a little bit of zone when we had multiple guys with 4 fouls. But other than that, just, a tremendous team win for us. Jack Leese's effort tonight was just, it was unbelievable.
Career high 38 points for him. What more can you say other than just, when that run was going on against you guys in the middle of the second quarter, you could see in his eyes it was almost like time to go, and he turned on to another level.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Jack's such a great competitor. He's a tough kid, and, to see him have that type of performance, in a game of this magnitude, that, an effort like that puts numbers up on our wall. Just can't be happier for him. But like I said, it was a total team effort. Mohawk's obviously a tremendous team. you know, 5th ranked in the state, number 1 in the WPIAL, and they're well coached, but just had a feeling about our guys. I thought we had a great week of practice, our preparation, you know, getting to this point late in the season. I just felt that, you know, we had a good feeling coming in tonight.
And how do you get the team to be motivated like that? Obviously, it wasn't the scoreline you wanted down there, you know, 18-point loss.
Yeah,
to
well, have
the confidence to come back and perform like you did tonight.
Yeah, we lost by 18 there, but I think it was 24 at one point, 25. I don't know what it was. I hate to say it, we didn't play that bad there, and that's crazy to say. It's probably crazy to hear, but we were late on a bunch of switches early. And I thought that's one thing we did a heck of a better job of tonight, was our switches were on point. And those were a lot of the things that we missed early on in that game there.
David Clark starting the cutting of the nets right now for you, Coach. Talk about his performance. He was shut out in the first half, as was every other classman for your team, but he puts up 9 in the second half, including a couple big shots late as well. Let's talk about his stick-to-itiveness down the stretch.
Yeah, Dave, you know, being a freshman, you know, at times he's had an up-and-down season for us, but we've never wavered in our confidence of Dave. And Dave's a basketball player, you know, and he's going to do all the little things he has to. Our big thing is, you know, for him being a young guy, he sometimes loses a little bit of confidence here and there, and it's our job as coaches to make sure that, you know, that he knows that he has our full confidence, and you know, and obviously, like, you know, stepping up down the stretch, obviously, you know, is a big part of that.
Coach, go celebrate your team. We're going to steal Jack for a minute, but congratulations, co-section champs.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Coach Corey is going to dry off the headset, and then we'll get it over to Jack Lee stepping in. What's up?
I'm tired.
Can't tell whatsoever. 38 points. Did you have any idea that you were up to that level?
Man, I was just trying to win the game. I can't say much. I just wanted to win.
We were talking on the broadcast. It was midway through the second quarter. Mohawk's in the middle of the 12-0 run, and it looked like something lit up in your eyes of like, okay, it's go time.
Oh.
But what was going through your head as that run's going on, and all of a sudden a 6-point lead is now an 8-point deficit?
You know, we got in a little drought there. We were stuck at 18 points for I don't know how long. So they were pressuring us. We had some new guys on the floor. We were getting sloppy. Now I'm the senior leader on the team. That's what Coach told me. So I was playing my role, doing what I had to do to stop that bleeding and turn around for us.
And how do you keep everybody in the game too? I mean, there's miscommunication, passes going where players aren't. Just how do you keep the players motivated to keep pushing forward as that lead is going away?
Practice. We work so hard at practice. You know, I don't know what to say. I got no words. A lot of words.
Tim.
What was really impressive is how often the defense created your offense here tonight. I've seen you many times getting your hands in the lane and were able to lead that fast break. Most of the time you finish it, but at times you find some of your teammates underneath. Just talk about that process and how important that is during a game like this, getting those extra possessions.
So, I mean, obviously we got a really small floor. So the fast breaks, you can just get coast to coast, 3 dribbles, get to the rack, finish. And I think I'm pretty fast. I don't know.
You're all right.
Did okay, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, for a perfect storm, it was also going to take a rough shooting night for them, but a lot of it is, contested shots that you guys forced. What was the biggest thing in practice this week that you guys get to try to simulate their outside shooting?
Jay Rona. I mean, obviously, we were help defense, but we had Luciano on his face the whole game. He did a great job, I thought. We knew he was trying to get 1,000 points tonight, and we made that an emphasis not to let that happen. We didn't want that either.
He came up 3 short, so even making sure no threes at the end to make sure of it. Coach called this a complete team victory. That's tough to say when somebody puts up 38, but it's true. Just talk about this team and your senior teammates out there. I believe both Nate and Luch are in double figures.
Nate Wren, every time I dump him the ball at the block, he finishes that for me all day. That's huge, big buckets. Lucci, he hit some big-time threes over there. He got to the rack. He did his part, man. I thought it was a team win, too. I agree.
One last question for you. What can we expect from this Lancer team come playoff time?
So, I want it all now. Our main goal at first was a section, but we got it. I want it all. I think we're getting hot now. We're starting to figure ourselves out. It's a good team. I think they were ranked 1 in the WPIAL. That's a big win, and I think that'll help us in the season too.
We'll find out come Monday afternoon. Jack, congrats.
Thank you.
Great work.
Appreciate
we'll
it.
See you playoff time.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
That's Jack Lease. 38 points, Tim. They're cutting down the nets here at Neshannock High School.
And that's a fun thing for them to do. There's no question about it. An opportunity. They came in tonight thinking that if they can hold court, they can share that title, they can take advantage of their opportunities. And they did. You got to give them a lot of credit for what they were able to achieve there tonight, because they had so much to deal with. You know, being at home and being kind of a home underdog, which doesn't happen very often.
Right. But, I mean, this Mohawk team now only 2 losses on the season. And, I mean, to 2 very good teams. You got an Elwood City team, yeah, they needed a win to make the playoffs tonight. But, I mean, that's a team that has a guy who can consistently put up 30 without breaking a sweat. They're playoff bound.
Yes.
You have Beaver Falls, who is just a ridiculously athletic team, top to bottom, and a deep team as well. And then you got these 2 who are on the court tonight. Mohawk winning their 2nd loss of the year. Neshannock getting the co-section crowns. Mohawk got to cut the nets down on Tuesday at home. Their first section crown since 2009. Let's not take that away from them. They are still section champions, no question about it. And in my mind, Tim, I think they are still the #1 seed come tournament time on Monday when the brackets are announced on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
I don't think you can deny what Mohawk has achieved this season. They've only had 2 losses.
Yeah.
And they're one of the best sections in the Whipple this year, and what they were able to achieve, you can't take that away from them. However, I think you're going to see Neshannock climb that rankings, and they'll be interested to see what place of the bracket they in. It'll be interesting to see if they'll be in opposite sides where they can meet possibly for a Whipple championship.
You would hope that they would end up doing that with co-section champs. And now the seniors up there. Andrew Fry took the first snip up there. Unfortunately, he missed almost this entire season. As he didn't play last year, came back for his senior year, broke his foot in a scrimmage, or in one of the early games, I should say. He'll be back for baseball season, we hope. But now Luciano DeLillo, a chance for him to cut down the nets as well. And you heard it too, 11 points for him on the night, Tim, but it was the defense that was the big part of it in this one.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Defense played every part of the game. And there's Jack Cleese right now getting his opportunity to get his share of that net as he's got that souvenir. Unfortunately, we had a little camera difficulties at the last moment there. We apologize.
The battery said 10 minutes left. I apologize. Darn it.
But there it is.
That's Coach Sarver, former Sharon coach, now teaching here in Neshannock on the assistant staff here this year for the Lancers, getting his chance to cut down the nets. And we'll have photos from all these players, thanks to Something for Your Wall photography as well. So many teams in the county cutting down the nets. Here's Coach Kozier. He'll take a snip as well.
Here it goes.
And then he'll hand it off to Coach Corey. 15th season at the helm of the Lancers. This never gets old.
Climbing that ladder is one of the most joyous parts of being a head coach.
They split the season series against Mohawk, and they both are awarded as section champions, which means that this is going to be a very, very intriguing bracket coming out. It's already a wide open field, Tim, to say the very least, a wide open field in Class 3A, but now it's going to be even more intriguing of where you rank everybody, because Steel Valley was the #2 ranked team. They're playing well right now, but they have an 11-9 overall record. Deer Lakes and Shadyside and Burrell have kind of all split against each other in Section 3. Washington and York are co-champs in Section 4, and they both have 2 losses. So how do you also deal with the 2-loss section champs here in Section 1? Deer Lakes has only 1 loss in their season. They might have to be the #1 seed as they had the best section record. But according to Trib, they had Deer Lakes ranked the #3 coming into tonight's game.
Well, anytime the #1 team loses, it changes the entire top 5 and what may happen. But like I said, the one that you want to watch and see where their seed is Neshannock, because they did something they had to do tonight. To win a game that was a must-win for them to get a section title, and they did that. So they should get a lot of credit for what they achieved here tonight on this floor, beating a #1 team in the Whipple right now.
Yeah.
In Mohawk. So you can't change that. You got to look at that. I personally would like to see them 1-2, but I'm a little biased.
Yes.
I am going to admit that, but they're co-champions. That would be the greatest thing to have them in the opposite sides, where if there is an opportunity for a third game, it's not a semifinals, but it's a final.
Yeah, that would be really cool if that could end up happening. We'll see how the brackets all play out. We find that out Monday at 3 o'clock. Tim, have we gotten the final scoring recap?
Oh. If my numbers are correct, I didn't double check them, so.
Well, we'll go with it.
All right, first for Mohawk, Bobby Fatty leading the way with 20 points here tonight. Jay Rona with 16. That leaves him just 3 points shy of 1,000 points for the season. Mason Hopper with 3. Devin Sujak with 2. And Keegan Hopper also with 2. Dante Retort had 8 in the ball game. J.J. Nail with 2. And Justin Boston also chipped in with a deuce. For Neshannock Lancers here tonight, it was Nate Wren with 6 points. DeLillo with 12. Jack Gleese leading all scorers with 38 here tonight. David Quat with 8. And I believe that's all I have.
I think the only one I had different, Davey hit a free throw late to give me 9.
Yeah, that's right, 9. I do have 9. You're right.
As Neshannock posing out there. So I'm up on the boys' side. Union, Neshannock, Mohawk, Newcastle, all section champions.
Yeah.
Shenango's going to be in second in their section. Elwood City's making it into the playoffs. On the girls' side, you have Neshannock and Laurel are co-champions. You have Union as section champs there as well. And Shenango as section champs in 2A. So you're talking about 4 section champions in both the boys and the girls. Oh, by the way, Wilmington up in D10 could be a 5th team. If they win next week against Greenville, they are region champions as well. So just incredible hoops action here in Lawrence County, and we're going to do our best to cover as much as we can in the playoffs.
And there's no question about it. And again, it's not a surprise. The moniker of County of Champions is true. We're seeing that come to fruition yet again now in the basketball season. We talked about it in the football season. We've seen it last spring in the baseball season. We've seen it on the court so much this year, both in boys and girls basketball. So not a surprise.
Couple of words to give out, Tim.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's keep the suspense of who could possibly be the LCAP player of the game.
I have no idea.
No idea.
But we'll do with our.
It's Coach G. Coach G is the player of the game.
There you go. Without a question, definitely deserving. All right, as we look at tonight's play of the game, coming up, the Maley Chiropractic Player of the Game Award will go to David Quat. Maley Chiropractic is proud to present the Player of the Game Award to David Quat of Neshannock. As Maley Chiropractic and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor David here tonight for tonight's Play of the Game. You'll receive a customized t-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's Play of the Game. Video of tonight's Play of the Game may also be featured on the Trip Live High School Sports Network, Standout Platform, Twitter, and Instagram. To view tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game and a full list of this season's top plays, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on the Play of the Game. Congratulations to David Quat for tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. And that was that buzzer beater at the end of the third quarter for Neshannock by Quat is our Play of the Game. And now for our LCAP Player of the Game Award. Well, this is a tough one to choose. It's Jack Gleese. He scored 38 points as a senior and leading his team to a sectional title game here tonight. Congratulations to Jack Gleese, our LCAP Player of the Game Award. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership is proud to present the Player of the Game Award to Jack Gleese of Neshannock. LCAP and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Jack here tonight with tonight's Player of the Game, and he'll be recognized with a t-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being tonight's Player of the Game. To view a few lists of this year's Player of the Game, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Player of the Game. Congratulations again, Jack Gleese with 38 points tonight.
And probably double-digit rebounds, too.
Yes. And being named tonight's LCAP Player of the Game. LCAP, changing lives.
So Neshannock and Mohawk are co-section champions again. 3 o'clock on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We will send out that link. The brackets will be announced 3 o'clock Monday afternoon, and we'll see where all the schools in the county of champions, including these two, will end up. Tim wants 1 and 2. I don't know if we'll get that lucky, but I'm hoping that they end up on opposite sides.
Yeah, if they do, you're going to look for a situation who gets one, who gets the other side of the bracket. Obviously, if you're looking at possibly 4.
Yeah, I mean, if Mohawk does have to drop to a 2, and that makes Neshannock a 4 or 5, I'd be all right with that.
Yeah, I would too.
But it's because they're on opposite sides. I mean, obviously, I still think Mohawk, their year-long resume, I think speaks for itself, and I think it's tough to keep them off of the 1 line. But
you got to give. I mean, you put the winning streaks that they had together.
Yeah.
And you're playing in this section that is so competitive, as we talked about, sending 4 schools to the Whipple tournament. You got to give them credit for what they achieved and what both schools are going to have a chance to do here tonight. And I honestly think they've been a class act all season long. You can't deny them now.
What has Coach O'Leary done with this team? It is absolutely insane what he has done with this team, to say the very least.
And his second year, phenomenal.
Right.
And
only 1 senior on this team, too. Keep that in mind.
Right.
This is the Mohawk team we're going to keep talking about for a couple of years to come.
Yeah, it is. They have achieved a lot, and they still have a lot more in front of them to achieve this season. So it's just an exciting night here. And it's a night the Lancers will remember for a long, long time.
And at this rate, we might not be the last ones out of the gym as we clean up our equipment, because half the township is still here in the building as they watch Neshannock with a 67-57 victory over Mohawk. Thanks again to Mr. Fry, Mr. Burks, athletic directors here at Neshannock, all they do for us. Lucas Walls, who running the camera for us. For my broadcast colleague Tim Continenz, I'm James Dotson. Now stay tuned for playoff action coming next week on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. You all have a great night and enjoy this stretch run weekend. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.